Cognizant to the needs of our learners, parents, and teachers, the Department of Education provided us with powerful tools for productivity that will allow us to foster critical thinking skills, problem-solving skills, communication and collaboration skills to be compassionate, responsible global citizens. Join us and discover new ideas in our series of professional development training program with the ICTS Edtech Unit and Microsoft Education Philippines. Together, we will equip our learners and empower our fellow educators for a dynamic future. Para sa bata, para sa bayan, at para sa guro. Sulong Edukalidad.
Magandang araw, Sir Wilbur po, at your service. Narito ang ETUlay upang gabayan ka sa inyong pag-aaral upang lubos na maunawaan ang iba't ibang paksa o subject. Ang ETUlay ay isang free online tutorial class na pinangungunahan ng ICTS Educational Technology Unit sa pamumuno ni Undersecretary Elaine Del B. Pascua. Ang programang ito ay hindi lamang para sa mga bata, kundi ito rin ay magsisilbing gabay sa mga magulang at mga guro kung paano nila ituturo o gagabayan sa bawat asignatura ang kanilang mga anak o mga estudyante. Sa kasalukuyan, ang self-learning module mula sa rehiyon ng Calabarzon at kilala sa tawag na pivot ang ginagamit sa ating ETUlay online class. Kaya ano pang hinihintay ninyo? Ihanda na ang inyong mga ballpen o lapis, papel o kwaderno at samahan kaming itulay ang pagkatuto para sa bawat batang Pilipino. Sama-sama tayong magtutulungan para malampasan ang mga hamon sa panahong ito. Halina't matuto kasama ang inyong online tutor sa oras na ito.
Yes, hello, good afternoon po ulit sa ating lahat, sa mga nanonood po sa buong Pilipinas, Luzon, Visayas at Mindanao, at lalong-lalo na po sa ating mga grade 10 learners, sa mga magulang at sa atin pong mga kapwa educators para po dito sa ating mathematics grade 10. So muli po ako ang inyong tutor of Hill para po tulungan kayo na mapagaan ang ating pag-aaral sa kabila po ng pandemyang ito. So bago po ang lahat, wag po natin kalimutan i-like at i-share ang ating mga Facebook pages, ang DepEd Philippines, ang DepEd Tayo, DepEd TV at DepEd Edtech Unit. Ganun po mag-like at mag-subscribe po sa ating official YouTube channel, ang DepEd TV Official at ang Educational Technology Unit. Palambing na rin po palike ang aking personal page, Simply Abhil, Samal National High School Annex at DepEd TV 1 Bataan Production Team. So, ayun po. So, ngayon po magsisimula na tayo para sa ating ikatlong markahan, unang linggo para sa ating grade 10 Mathematics 10. Ayun po. So, i-share na po natin ang ating screen. Yes po. Okay. So, sabi ko po kanina, tayo po ay nasa ating ETUlay tutorial, online tutorial ngayon para po sa ating Math 10 o Grade 10 Mathematics para sa Quarter 3, Week 1. At ang ating pag-aaralan ngayon mga Grade 10 learners ay tungkol sa permutation. Ayun. So ano nga ba ang permutation? Bago yan, pasalamatan muna natin ang ating ginagamit na module sa hapon na ito para sa ating Mathematics 10, ang SDO Bataan or Schools Division Office Bataan sa pangunguna ng mga Junior High School Module Development Team. So ipa-flash na lang natin sa screen ang lahat ng mga authors, co-authors, ganyan din ang Division Management Team ng module na ginagamit natin para sa ating online tutorial this afternoon. Ayun. Okay, so Quarter 3, Week 1. Ano nga ba ang ating objectives o ano nga ba ang layunin natin para sa hapon na ito? Una ay ang illustrate the permutation of objects or mapakita kung ano ang mga permutation ng object. Mamaya alamin natin ano nga ba ang ibig sabihin ng permutation. Pangalawa, solve problems involving permutations. Ito ang makalutas sa mga problema na may kinalaman sa permutation. Pansinin natin ang mga halimbawa sa ating monitor. Meron tayong ABC, meron tayong 1, 2, 3, at meron din tayong Do, Re, Mi. Mula sa ating mga nasa monitor o sa ating mga given o halimbawa sa monitor na ABC, 1, 2, 3 at Do, Re, Mi, ano ang inyong obserbasyon? Ayun, si Ma'am Lucy Del Sam. Sabi niya, grade 10 math teacher here. Thanks po. Welcome, Ma'am Lucy Del Sam, at sa lahat po ng mga mag-aaral natin at mga kapaguro na nanonood sa ating ETUlay ngayong hapon na ito. So, ang ABC, 1, 2, 3 at Do, Re, Mi ay merong sinusunod na order or arrangement. Very good. So, sabi, ito daw ay mayroong sinusunod na arrangement or order. Tama, meron tong pinagsusundan or meron tong pattern. So, alalahanin natin ang fundamental counting principle sapagkat ito ay gagamitin natin para makapag-solve tayo ng tinatawag nating permutation. So, bago tayo dumako sa ating bagong aralin, ay i-review muna natin o magbalik-aral tayo tungkol sa tinatawag nating fundamental counting principle. Ano nga ba ang fundamental counting principle? The fundamental counting principle states that if there are P ways to choose one thing and Q ways to choose another thing, then there are P times Q ways to do both things. Thus, this follows the multiplication rule. Sabi ni Caroline Palino, siya rin po ay grade 10 teacher. Good afternoon po sa lahat po ng mga grade 10 teachers dyan. So, ang sabi, sa fundamental counting principle, kung mamimili daw tayo sa isang bagay na P o P ways at mamimili pa tayo sa panibagong bagay ng Q ways, para makuha natin ang number of possible ways, gagamitan lang natin ng tinatawag na multiplication rule. So, that is P times Q ways. So, para mas maunawaan natin, magbigay tayo ng halimbawa. Halimbawa, example. So, machi-machi, nahihirapan ba kayo na mag-prepare o maghanda ng inyong mga susuotin kapag kayo ay lumalabas? Pero bawal lumabas muna mga grade 10 learners dahil pandemic ngayon, stay home lang tayo para stay safe din tayo para sa mga pamilya din natin. So, nung mga dati or kahit pambahay, di ba, nahihirapan ba tayong mamili kung ano ang mga pares na susuotin natin? So, sa ating halimbawa at sa ating activity, si Andrea has 4 new blouses, stripes, with ruffles, long-sleeved, and sleeveless, and 3 skirts, black, red, and pink, ready for all occasions. The question is, how many possible ways he or she, can have a pair of blouse and a skirt? Sabi dito, meron daw 4 na bagong blouse si Andrea at meron ding 3 bagong skirt. Gaano karami or how many possible ways can Andrea have a pair of this blouse and the skirt? Okay, so alamin natin ha. Paano natin malalaman? Neil Parrot, good afternoon, grade 10 student from Mabitak INHS. Good afternoon for sharing, grade 10 teacher from Pasay City North High School. Ayan. Magandang hapon po sa lahat ng mga nanonood ng mga sa mga kasama nating viewers dito sa ating ETUlay. From the given, there are 4 blouses and 3 skirts. Let us assign P is equal to 4 and Q is equal to 3. Sabi natin kanina, kailangan meron tayong P ways and Q ways. Kaya ang gagamitin na nating assignment of variable to assign is P and Q para mas madalian tayo. From the given, there are 4 blouses and 3 skirts. If we will need to look for the possible ways Andrea can have to choose from 4 blouses and 3 skirts, we just simply multiply or use the multiplication rule. Using the fundamental counting principle, we multiply P and Q to answer the given. Sabi ni Eloise sa Australia, ang sagot po dyan ay 12. Tingnan natin ang mga sagot pa ng iba nating mga kasamahan. So, P times Q is equal to 4 times 3, which is equal to 12 ways. Very good. Correct. Asel Daigo. Good afternoon, grade 10 student from Mabitak INHS. Ayan. So, very good ha. Meron tayong 12 ways dahil meron tayong 4 na blouse at 3 skirt na pwedeng pagsamasamahin. Pakita natin kung paano nagkaroon ng 12 ways. Mula dun sa mula dun sa ating given na 4 na blouse, pwede nating ipares muna ang unang blouse natin. For example, yung ating with ruffles sa black skirt, pwede rin sa red skirt o kaya sa pink skirt. Gayon din naman ay pwede nating i-pair ang ating long sleeve sa black skirt, sa red skirt at sa pink skirt. Same with our striped blouse sa ating black skirt, red skirt at pink skirt. At same with our sleeveless, pwede nating ipares yan sa ating black skirt, red skirt, at sa ating pink skirt. Mula sa ating mga ways o sa ating mga pinagpares-pares, ibig sabihin, kung mabibilang natin, meron tayong 12 possible pairs para makuha natin yung possible ways at nagawa natin to sa pamamagitan ng fundamental counting principle using the multiplication rule. Naalala nyo ba? Natandaan ba, grade 10 learners, kung paano ginawa? Okay, very good. Tinuro na rin to nung nakaraang taon ng ating grade 9 sa pagkuha ng mga possible ways. So, ngayon, papakilala ko na sa inyo ang ating topic ngayong hapon na ito, which is what we call the permutation. Ngayon, kilalanin muna natin ang halaga ng exclamation point dahil ito ay makakasama natin sa tuwing pag-aaralan natin ng permutation. Ang exclamation point, in English, exclamation point is known as exclamation point, which is used to express strong emotion. In Filipino, it is read as tandang padamdam. While in mathematics, the symbol represents the factorial operation, which means this exclamation point is read as factorial. So take note of this. If we're talking about mathematics, we are reading the exclamation point as factorial. Okay, Yuan May de los Santos, good afternoon. Arden Kaluwalhatian, at good afternoon din from Vicky Famine, watching from Pasig. Magandang hapon po. So sabi natin, di ba yung exclamation point in mathematics, it is read as factorial, correct? Remember that mathematicians use an exclamation point after n to indicate the product by writing n exclamation point. That n exclamation point is read as n factorial. Tandaan nyo binabasa yung n exclamation point as n factorial. So mathematicians use an exclamation point after n to indicate the product by writing n factorial. Shoutout po watching from Pasig City, Mark Gabriel De Leon. Magandang hapon. Girly Dudas, maraming salamat sa pag-share at sa pag-notify po ng inyong anak o siguro or pinsan. So halimbawa, ang 4 factorial, pinapakita or napapakita ang multiplication rule by simply 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. So take note kung mapapansin niyo sa 4 factorial, it is by 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. The multiplication rule goes on from the number or n factorial itself pababa. So since n natin is 4, ang kasunod ng 4 pababa, decreasing factor is 3, susundan ng 2, susundan ng 1. That's why you'll need to get the product of 4 times 3 times 2 times 1, which is equal to 24. Watching from Anguila National High School, Ariana May Montemayor. Good afternoon. Maraming salamat. Okay, so next. 3 factorial now can be represented by 3 times 2 times 1, which is equal to 6. Then, we have 2 factorial as 2 times 1, which is equal to 2. 1 factorial as 1 is equal to 1. And 0 factorial is equal to 1. It is identified as 1, which is the neutral element in multiplication. So, kapag may factorial si 0, that is also equivalent with 1 because we identified it as a neutral element in multiplication. Okay? Nakuha? Okay, very good. Now, let us try. What is permutation? Permutation refers to the different possible arrangement of a set of objects where order matters. There are different ways in which a collection of items can be arranged. Take note of this, Watching from Burgos National High School, Isabela, and Lombo Integrated School STO Isabela, BA Lapay at sila Josephine Vicente. Ganun din sila shoutout Greaten Makatao from Rosales, Pangasinan, sila James Tugade at Molugan National High School, EJ Sabayanan. Ayan. And Mary Joy Parantar, good afternoon, watching from New Cana Integrated School, Alabel 1, District of Sarangani, Division of Sarangani. Yes, hello, good afternoon. So, ano nang pagkakaintindi niyo sa ating definition? Sabi, good afternoon, watching from Cebu, Alcover Van Van. Okay, so punta muna tayo, balik tayo dito. Ano ang pagkakaintindi natin sa ating definition? Yes, very good ha. Ito yung arrangement na merong sinusundang order o meron tayong susundang order o meron tayong arrangement. Very good, correct. Now, let us try to have an example. There are different ways in which the letters A, B, and C can be arranged together. Taken all at a time are ABC, ACB, BCA, CBA, CAB, and BAC. Note that ABC and CBA are different arrangement in terms of order. So, magkaiba yung ABC at CBA. They may have the same number or they may have the same letters, but since they have different arrangement, that's why they are different in terms of order. So, with ABC, if you're about to arrange that, how many ways do we have? Dahil tatlo lang to, we have how many? 6. Very good. Because we're using about 3 factorial. Sabi ni Nanette Samson, permutation arrangement matters most, sir. That's correct. Very good. Watching from Quezon, shout out po sa mga teachers ng Cesar Citan Memorial National High School. Isang magandang hapon. Okay, let's start. Simulan natin. Since uso mga plantito at plantita, mga kapwa natin guru dyan, na isa sa mga stress reliever natin, magkaroon tayo ng sitwasyon tungkol kay plantita. A plantita intends to display her 5 distinct potted plants and wishes to arrange 3 of them in a row. So in how many ways can this be done? So sabi daw, a plantita intends to display her 5 distinct potted plants. Meron siyang 5 pasong mga halaman. Pero he wanted or she wanted to arrange 3 of them in a row. So, paano ba natin masosolve ang problema ng ating plantita this afternoon? Okay, let us check. The permutation of 5 potted plants taken 3 at a time is represented by P53, 5P3, or P5 sub 53. It is read as P or permutation 5 taken 3 or permutation of 5 taken 3 or permutation of 5 taken 3. Inulit ko po. Bakit? Yung tatlong yan ay parehas lang ang pagbabasa or ganun lang ang kanyang pagbabasa. Maaring they are different in form in terms of formula, but they are the same in how to read the certain. So, P 5 taken 3 or permutation 5 taken 3, permutation 5 taken 3, or permutation 5 taken 3. Okay. Now, we will use this formula to solve the given. So, let us check. May sagot na si Nanette Samson, sabi niya 60. Check natin kung tama ang sagot ni Nanette Samson. The equation for permutation of n objects taken r at a time is equal to, so wait, take note that n is the number of objects and r is the number of objects taken at a time. So that is the factor. So the formula to be used is permutation of n taken r is equal to n factorial divided by quantity n minus r factorial, wherein n is greater than or equal to r. Hindi pa pwedeng not equal, hindi pa pwedeng less than or mas mababa pa dun sa ating given na objects na iti-take. Bakit? Siyempre, hindi naman tayo pwedeng magkaroon ng negative, and that's very impossible to have or situation to have because kung may iti-take ka, siyempre, dapat meron kang kukuhanin talaga. So, we cannot have less than r dahil, or n less than r, dahil yung total objects natin dapat mas marami dun sa iti-take nating objects from the given situation. So take note of that, mga grade 10 learners. Kapag yung n natin ay mas maliit sa r, ibig sabihin baka napagbaliktad natin yung given. And for that, you will have a negative result, or most probably a wrong answer. Okay, so let us check Tuloy-tuloy natin. Given n is equal to 5 and r is equal to 3. Let's try to solve the given or the situation by the formula permutation n taken r is equal to n factorial divided by quantity n minus r factorial, wherein r is greater than or equal to r, or wherein n is greater than or equal to r. Substituting the given to our formula, we will have now permutation of n taken r is equal to 5 factorial divided by the quantity 5 minus 3 factorial. We simplify the given. We take note of the GEMDAS rule. So solve muna natin yung nasa loob ng groupings natin on the denominator side of our given equation. From there, you will have now P, or permutation of n taken r, is equal to 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1 divided by 2 factorial, at nanggaling yung 2 factorial because of 5 minus 3. And then you will have now 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1 divided by 2 times 1. You can now eliminate 2 times 1 and 2 times 1. Bakit? Because they will have the same product or result. So you divide 2 divided by 2, that's 1. So to simplify our equation, ang matitira na lang as 5 times 4 times 3. From there, permutation of n taken r is equal to 5 times 4 times 3, which is equal to 60 possible ways. Ayan. Sabi ni Nanette Samson, 20 pala sir. Tapos tama, 60 Correct? No? Minsan kasi nalilito talaga tayo sa ating pagsosolve. Pero walang problema doon kasi sabi ko nga, take time to solve and take time to analyze the problem for you to get the final and the correct answer. So good afternoon, grade 10 humility, si Jude Ranas. Magandang hapon. Okay, let us proceed to our another example. In our next example, suppose that there were 8 runners in 500-meter race. In how many ways can the first 3 places, first, second, and third, be filled? Again, suppose there were 8 runners in a 500-meter race. In how many ways can the first 3 places, first, second, and third, be filled? Can you do this? Remember, do not forget our step. Write the formula. Given n is equal to 8 and r is equal to 3. First step is to write the formula. Once you identify the given, you write now the formula. And remember that the formula for permutation is equal to the permutation n taken r is equal to n factorial divided by the quantity n minus r factorial, as long as n is greater than or equal to r. Our next step is to substitute the given to our formula. Permutation of n taken r is equal to 8 factorial divided by the quantity 8 minus 3 factorial. Next up, we have permutation n taken r is equal to 8 times 7, that will be 8 times 7 times 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. Divided by 5 factorial because of 8 minus 3. So to simplify, that will become 8 times 7 times 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1 divided by 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. Okay. Next. We eliminate now 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. You will now have 8 times 7 times 6. On this certain situation, permutation n taken r or permutation 8 taken 3 is equal to 336 possible ways. Did you get the process? Nakuha ba? Okay, very good Okay, that's correct. So kung may mga tanong kayo, do not forget, pwede kayong mag-comment sa ating mga comment box or you can try to message din tayo sa ating mga um, try yung mag-message sa ating Simply Have Heal na personal page or sa mismong Edtech unit if you want to ask questions regarding the topic. But you can also download the different presentation sa ating DepEd Commons. So sa mga kapwa nating educators dyan and especially with other students as well, you can have this in our DepEd Commons. And basically, these are all for free. Kaya magagamit nyo to as your guide na rin para sa inyong mga sasagutang modules. Okay. Now, let us continue. Let us observe this one. Yung dalawa natin, we have the two examples. There are both take. Okay. So this one, same example, but let us try to observe what will happen on this given situation. Okay, let's check. Our problem is a photo contest organizer selected 5 photogenic winners. In how many ways can these 5 winners arrange themselves in a row for picture taking? Again, a photo contest organizer selected 5 photogenic winners. In how many ways can these 5 winners arrange themselves in a row for picture taking? Ayan. So, habang nagtatry mag-solve yung iba nating mga viewers dyan, bati muna tayo. Good afternoon, this is Crisel Jane Mutia, watching from Tipolo National High School. Sa magandang hapon, Mucha Crisel. Okay, so ano kaya ang sagot? How to do the process again, grade 10 learners? Okay, very good. Again, we need to check on the given. On our given situation, the given are n is equal to 5 and r is equal to 5 as well. Bakit? Sabi kasi, there are 5 photogenic winners and they will have arranged themselves, lahat sila, in the, for the picture taking. So, you will have n is equal to 5 and r is equal to 5 as well. Okay. Writing the formula permutation of n taken r is equal to n factorial divided by quantity n minus r factorial, wherein n should be greater than or equal to r. We substitute the given. Yes, so try nating substitute. Ay, napakita ko na pala. Okay, so good afternoon daw, watching from Daw National High School, Daw Capiz, Corazon, and Donilia. Hello po, magandang hapon. Okay, so we substitute the given to our formula. We will have now the permutation of quantity nr, or n taken r, is equal to 5 factorial divided by 5 minus 5 factorial. Since our 5 minus 5 is 0 factorial, which is equal to 1, therefore, matitira na lang sa ating given will be 5 factorial. And remember, in our factorial method, we need to multiply the number or the given backward to into decreasing order. So you need to have 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. Okay. Now let's check. Sabi ni James Kenneth Rivera, you have 120. Yun ang sagot ni James Kenneth. Let us check kung tama ang sagot ni Kenneth, ha? Okay, that's correct, Kenneth. Very good. The answer is 120 possible ways. Permutation of n taken r is equal to 120 possible ways. Correct. Very good. Okay, so but malapit na tayong matapos this afternoon. So magkakaroon na tayo ng ating fast math. So if you have your calculator with you, you can use your calculator. But our objective now is just to at least lang alam niyo how to convert our given factorial into the multiplication rule. Okay? Tandaan natin, ha. We need to check on how to convert our given factorial into the multiplication rule. Sabi ni Nita Mortega, good afternoon, sir, 120 the answer. Erlene Baltasar, magandang hapon. Okay, now let us check. Let's do the fast math. Good PM watching from DHS, Raji Soberano. Magandang hapon. Fast math question number 1. 4 factorial. Let us check. Ano nga ba ang factorial method ng 4 factorial? What will be the multiplication sentence? Tingnan nga natin sa ating comment box. Okay. Our 4 factorial is equal to Okay, let's check. The answer will be 4 times 3 times 2 times 1, which is equal to 24. So we again get the multiplication rule. And then very good. Matthew Mendoza, very good. It's 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. Okay, very good. So mga sasagot po isagot nyo lang muna yung mga multiplication sentence natin kasi naiintindihan ko, especially yung given kong iba, ay 1 to 9 kasi. So medyo malaki ang magiging value natin with our factorial method. So you'll try to just write your answer, yung multiplication sentence lang ng ating factorial given. So good afternoon po, Great and Diamond from Dao National High School, Janelle Data. Sabi ni James Togade, 24. Okay, correct. Very good, James. Fast math question number 2. What will be the multiplication sentence for 9 factorial? Again, the rule is we get the product of the given with the decreasing numbers. So Mary Janelle Caparos, the answer is 24, correct. Very good. Tama yung mga sagot ninyo. So try naman natin 9 factorial. What will be the multiplication sentence? I understand, medyo malaki yung given natin, ha? All this for great and learners, that's why. Okay, let's check. So the given will be 9 times 8 times 7 times 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1, which is equal to 362,880. So if you got the multiplication sentence of 9 factorial correctly, very good. Good afternoon po, 10 Einstein from Lino Bernardo National High School, Blazerwin, Abacan. Sabi ni Rochelle Tangonan, 9 times 8 times 7 times 6. Very good po. Crisel Mucha, correct. James Togade, correct po. Tama mga sagot. Very good. Let's have another example. Jude Ranas, very good. 32,880. What is 3 factorial? Multiplication sentence for 3 factorial. Ito, madali lang to medyo. Desiree Abacan, very good, correct. Okay. 3 factorial is equivalent to, correct. The answer will be 6. Arian Montemayor, you are correct because of the multiplication sentence 3 times 2 times 1. Chriselle Muchal, Jude Ranas, and Arian Montemayor, you guys are correct. Very good. Tama. Let's have another fast math question. James Togade and Matthew Mendoza, Rochelle Tangonan, tama ang inyong mga sagot. Fast math, next question. 7 factorial. Nenita Mortega, correct. What is 7 factorial? What is the multiplication sentence of 7 factorial? EJ Sabayanan, yung sagot mo sa 9 factorial, 362,880, tama yun. Desiree Abacan for 3 factorial, that's correct. Mary Jane Caparas, that's also correct. Now let's have 7 factorial on the screen. Okay, so what will be the multiplication sentence? And if you have calculator at home, you can use calculator as well. Pero kung magaling naman talagang mag-multiply at very good yan, much better. Sabi ni Arian Montemayor, the answer is 5,040. Mutya Crisel, Jude Ranas, you have the same answer as 5,040. The answer is 5,040. James Togade, you're correct as well. So 7 times 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. That's correct. James Kent Rivera and Kaisay Jalil, Carla Toledo, and Anita Mortega. Correct. Good afternoon po watching from Umanday Central School, Marjorie Vidal. Okay, so let's have another example. Fast math question 2 factorial. Let's check. 5,040. Naka-Korean character yung isa. Hindi ko tuloy nakilala yung name niya. Blesserine Abacan and Matthew Mendoza, same thing, you are guys correct as well with our 7 factorial. Now let's have 2 factorial. Very good. Our 2 factorial corresponds to 2, correct. Okay, sabi, let's have good PM watching from Santa Peregrina High School. Thanks, sir. Si Raquel Caselis. Hello. Matthew Mendoza, correct. Your answer is correct. James Kenneth Rivera, correct, Crisel Mutia, Carla Toledo, and Kaisaj Nenita Mortega, Richelle Tangonan, and Jude Ranas. Your answers are all correct. Let's have another example. Fast math question 8 factorial. Mark Fernandez, correct. Raisha Gamboa, that's correct. Gagaling ng mga viewers natin ah. Okay, let's have 8 factorial. What will be the multiplication sentence for 8 factorial? Okay, let's check. If your answer is, let's reveal the answer, 40,320, your answer is correct. Good afternoon, watching from Dao Grade 10 National High School, Angel May Lenshaw. Isang magandang hapon. So, ang sagot natin sa 8 factorial will be 40,320. Tama ang iyong sagot. Ariana Montemayor, Kaisaj Jalil, correct? Tama yung sagot. At tingnan natin kung may mga sasagot pa. Pero kung 40,320 ang yung sagot, Crisel Mucha and Carla Toledo, correct? Good afternoon, watching from LCNHS. Tingnan natin kung sino si Thessalonica Borseño, correct? Very good. Sininita Mortega, very good. Trisha Reyes, correct. James Togade, tama rin ang iyong sagot. Let's have another fast math question. Let's have 5 factorial. Ayan, gagaling na mga nakukuha na po ba kung paano natin ginagamit ang factorial method? Okay, very good. Next week kasi ang ating pag-uusapan ay tungkol sa iba pang type ng factorial method or saan pa ginagamit ang factorial method para sa ibang type of permutation. So, medyo maiksi kasi ang oras natin with our tutorial. So, puputol-putulin natin ang mga topics para mas madali nating masagutan ng ating mga module students, grade and learners. Okay? Sabi ni Mucha Crisel, 120. Ariana Montemayor, 120. Kay Saj Jalil, Carla Toledo, 120. The answer for 5 factorial is 120. And that gives you 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. That's correct. Very good. James Rivera and James Togade, correct. Richelle Tagonan and Christian Cruz. Tama ang inyong mga sagot. Now let's have our next question, Fast Math 6 factorial. Okay. Medyo nag-aano tayo 6 factorial, what will be the answer? Raisha Gamboa, tama ang sagot. Nenita Mortega, tama rin ang sagot with the 5 factorial. Okay, let's have Maria Teresa de la Cruz. Correct din po ang inyong sagot. 6 factorial multiplication sentence will be, okay, that is 720. So the answer is 720. Tama ang sagot ni Ariana Montemayor. That is 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. Okay, so si Marjorie Vidal yung 120 niyang sagot kanina with 5 factorial, that's correct, nakahabol. Crisel Mutia, that's correct, very good. At kung ang sagot niyo ay 720, tama ang inyong sagot. James Sagade, Carla Toledo, and Crisel Mutia. Let's have another fast math question. What is 0 factorial? Okay. So, at 0 factorial, sabi sa given natin, pinaliwanag ko kanina bago tayo mag-start. 0 factorial is equal to 1, correct. Maria Teresa de la Cruz, Raisha Gamboa, Nenita Mortega, and Marjorie Vidal, correct. Tama po ang inyong sagot. Ang 0 factorial is 1. It is 1 because 0 stands for the neutral number. So, Carla Toledo, that's correct. Ariana Montemayor and Mary Janelle Caparos, everyone, correct. Raisha Gamboa and Crisel Mutia. Richelle Tangonan as well is correct. Very good. How about 1 factorial? Nenita Mortega, tama. Si Kaisaj Drake Jalil, tama rin po ang inyong sagot. Okay, let's have another one. So, siya na medyo nakatingin ako sa taas pag nagbabasa akong comment kasi nasa taas yung comment section natin. Okay, what's 1 factorial? 1. Sabi nila Ariana, nila Matthew, 1 daw ang tamang sagot. That is correct. So that ends our tutorial this afternoon, mga grade 10 learners. At sa lahat ng mga nakasama natin dito sa ating ETUlay online tutorial this Friday para sa ating Math 10. So wag natin kalimutan na, abangan po si Tutor of Hill every Friday 2:20 to 3 p.m. para sa ating Math 3. At ganun din po ay abangan ako sa ating Math 10, 3:40 to 4:20 p.m. Huwag natin kalimutan i-like at i-share ang ating mga Facebook pages, DepEd Edtech Unit, DepEd Philippines at DepEd Tayo, ganun din ang DepEd TV. At huwag pong kalimutan i-subscribe, i-like at i-share ang ating official YouTube channel, ang DepEd TV at DepEd Edtech Unit. So, muli po magandang hapon sa ating lahat at maraming salamat. Huwag po kayong aalis, standby lang po tayo para sa ating Senior High School at ALS Tutor. Ayun. So, kita-kita po ulit tayo next, a week after next week. Dahil for this week po, this coming week po, magninilay-nilay muna tayo para magbigay daan po para sa paggunita ng ating mahal na araw. Ingat po tayo lahat, stay safe po tayo, stay at home, at magnilay-nilay po tayo, and God bless po. Magandang hapon. Paalam.
Sigurado ako na marami ka na namang natutuhan sa ating ETUlay tutorial session ngayong araw. Tandaan, ito ay hindi lamang para sa ating mga mag-aaral, kundi pati rin sa ating mga minamahal na guro at mga magulang na kaagapay natin para maituloy ang pagkatuto sa kabila ng nararanasang pandemya. Patuloy ding sumubaybay sa DepEd TV para sa mga araling ginawang video episodes. Mapapanood ito mula Lunes hanggang Sabado, alas 7 ng umaga hanggang alas 7 ng gabi sa inyong mga telebisyon. Abangan sa Lunes mula 1:00 ng tanghali ang iba pang aralin sa ating ETUlay free online tutorial session sa Science. I-like and subscribe at manatiling nakasubaybay sa ating ETUlay tutorial session sa DepEd Edtech Unit FB page at Educational Technology Unit channel sa YouTube at sa DepEd Tayo at DepEd Philippines social media accounts. Paalam!